My name is H.A. Goodman. I'm an author, columnist, and journalist. And to read all my writing, go to counterpropa.com, support the site through the Amazon links and donate button at Counterpropa. Share the petition below to get the DNC to give its computer servers to the FBI. This is breaking news right now. And President Trump, we're not going into Syria. So he got the message from his base of voters. Unfortunately, the Democratic establishment and media didn't have a lot to do with pressuring Trump to not engage in further intervention or regime change. This is just a fact. It's unfortunate because the anti-war movement is historically linked to progressives, to the left, to liberals. But the Democratic Party, especially under Hillary Clinton, neoconservatives have not only raised money, but have infiltrated the Democratic Party. They went from Bush's Republican Party into the Democratic Party and into the media. When you look at the Democrats, very few are saying, don't send any more Americans back to the Middle East. They're actually saying, well, Assad is a dictator, a horrible person. You have people like Neera Tanden and Howard Dean who are going after Tulsi Gabbard, one of the few, if not the only, Democratic congresswoman, person in Congress, to oppose, very boldly, oppose Trump's airstrike. It's not like Howard Dean and Neera Tanden are going to occupy Damascus and occupy the region or Syria if Assad falls. That's what takes place during regime changes. We saw that in Iraq, Afghanistan, and Vietnam. You have to occupy the regime that you've just toppled. Then you contend with IEDs and snipers and ambushes, and you're not going to get Howard Dean and Neera Tanden and all the people who don't like Tulsi Gabbard to experience that. But listen to this.
Romo, President Trump explained that their Syria strategy hasn't wavered.
We're not going into Syria, but when I see people using...
So he says, we're not going into Syria. Trump said in an interview with Fox Business Network. Trump suggested his decision last week to launch 59 cruise missiles at a Syrian airbase used in a Syrian gas attack was purely intended to curb Assad, but not intended for some long-term regime change where we send Americans off back to the same counterinsurgency wars where half to two-thirds of all the Americans killed and wounded in Iraq and Afghanistan were the victims of IED blasts. Max Boot, Robert Kagan, Bill Kristol, all the neoconservatives, Hillary Clinton, Trump, they don't care about that. Well, hopefully Trump cares. That remains to be seen. The only redeeming quality to a guy like Trump, for a progressive, for a person who voted for Jill Stein and Bernie Sanders, who, by the way, Jill Stein and Bernie Sanders would never have launched the airstrike and would never engage in regime change because they're both against counterinsurgency wars and quagmires. But the only redeeming quality was, well, you know what? He's less hawkish than Hillary. Now, it seemed, up until this statement, that Hillary was controlling or calling the shots. Once Trump engages in sending Americans off or regime change, he has lost any chance at re-election. Right now, he can be re-elected easy. The Democrats are fractured. They have completely not only cheated Bernie Sanders, but they're going after the only person who could win in 2020, Tulsi Gabbard. There's three people, Tulsi Gabbard, Nina Turner, and Bernie Sanders. But Tulsi Gabbard right now is being attacked by people like Howard Dean and Neera Tanden. The only way for Trump to lose, even to an establishment candidate within the Democratic Party, is to continue Democratic foreign policy. That's not why his voting base elected him. Give me your thoughts below. Thank you so much.